affect that daughter both in her actions and overall, and how can it be healed? Please give us a full breakdown.
According to the Akashic records, when a father abandons a daughter in childhood, it is not simply a relational event, it is an archetypal rupture in her sense of safety, worth, and masculine imprint. The father is not only a man in her life, he is the first external mirror of masculine energy. Let us open this in layers. 1. The spiritual origin. In the symbolic field, the father represents protection, structure, validation, approval, safety in the outer world, the bridge between the feminine and society. When he leaves, physically, emotionally, or energetically, the daughter's nervous system registers. The protector is gone. This does not mean the daughter is deficient. Often it reflects a lineage of unhealed masculine trauma, an uninitiated or emotionally immature father, addiction or unresolved shame, generational abandonment patterns. The abandonment is rarely about the daughter's worth. It is about the father's capacity.
For sure.
The core wound formed. The daughter may internalize one central belief: I was not worth staying for. This belief can echo in subtle ways: fear of being replaced, fear of abandonment, anxiety when partners withdraw, hypervigilance in relationships, over-pleasing to avoid rejection, testing loyalty, attraction to emotionally unavailable men. Her nervous system may learn, if I am perfect, they will stay. If I don't need too much, I won't be left. These are survival strategies, not personality flaws. 3. Behavioral manifestations. This wound can show up as clinging or anxious attachment, hyper-independence, I don't need anyone, seeking validation through attention, difficulty trusting steady masculine energy, alternating between craving closeness and pushing it away. Some daughters become highly self-sufficient, others seek constant reassurance. Both are adaptations to instability. 4. The masculine template distortion. Because the first masculine imprint was inconsistent, the daughter may unconsciously associate love with uncertainty, emotional distance, intensity, followed by withdrawal. Calm, stable men may feel unfamiliar. Unfamiliar can feel unexciting. The wound may mistake anxiety for chemistry. 5. The spiritual lesson from the Akashic lens: father abandonment can become an initiation into internal sovereignty, self-validation, discernment, boundary strength. Without early external protection, she is forced to develop inner grounding. But initiation without healing becomes armor. Healing transforms armor into strength. 6. How it is healed. Healing begins not with forgiveness, but with grief. Grieve the protection you didn't receive, the approval you needed, the safety you deserved. Grief metabolized becomes grounded identity. Suppressed grief becomes relational anxiety. Step 1, separate worth from leaving his departure reflected his limitations, not your inadequacy. Step 2, rebuild the inner father. Ask yourself, how can I create safety internally? What does steady masculine energy look like to me? What boundaries protect my peace? You consciously define the masculine template you will accept. Step 3, repattern attachment. Secure relationships built over time, retrain the nervous system. Consistency heals what unpredictability damaged. Step 4, stop seeking completion. No partner can retroactively fix childhood abandonment. They can complement your healed self, not repair your past. The integrated woman. When healed, a daughter abandoned by her father often becomes deeply discerning, clear in boundaries, self-validating, less tolerant of emotional inconsistency, anchored in her own worth. The wound becomes wisdom. The absence becomes internal authority. Her final Akashic insight: father abandonment is not proof she was unworthy. It is a fracture in the masculine lineage, intersecting with her becoming. Unhealed, it produces anxiety and validation seeking. Integrated, it produces sovereignty and strength. The father left. But the daughter does not have to leave herself. When she anchors internally, masculine energy becomes partnership, not survival.
What's up, guys? Thanks and welcome back to Princess Life of Radio. The segment Heart to Heart. I know I didn't put it on the main thumbnail, but you will see some other videos on the playlist that have the original thumbnail that I will be bringing back. The channel's been suppressed and blocked for all kinds of nonsensical reasons. So yeah, today I'm not coming on camera today just because it's late and I already have my hair tied down. Um, for ultimate growth, which is really crazy because I just cut my hair for the summer. But it's like this is the last time I'm gonna cut my hair. So if you want to go with me on that journey of regrowing my hair, check out this channel here. I'm also going to be putting like all of the best products that I use on here, and everything I use works. All research over the years, tried and true, just for you and me. Um, yeah, so Rolling Stone Daddies. As I told you before, I'm starting this segment because I, I'll only be talking about things that I can relate to, and hopefully, we can um, grow from these things together, um, heal, and or help somebody else. So this particular issue, totally had abandonment issues. In the past, so my mom and my dad separated really, really young. My father was abusive. He was controlling. That's, what she says. It's not even just what she said. He started another family. I found out years later at his funeral um, that he started another family, and then I spoke to that woman of two of his children, and she's saying, he was abusive. He hit her, um, and so I remember still looking forward to meeting my dad one day, because they separated, I think, when I was like 2. The only time I saw him when I was 5. Um, he brought me a big wheel, dropped it off, and that was it. I'll never forget. I'll never forget that day. Um, and so from that day, I just always look forward to meeting him, and I always think in my mind what he was like, what he would be like, and just making all this up in my mind. And so that turned into making up this great person in my mind, this great mysterious person, right? And then he died. Um, I think when I was 16, and I don't know, I may have been 14. You know how you just those traumatic events are kind of fuzzy like in your head? Um, and so I didn't get to actually know this person. I didn't get to know this person. And so I could only go off of what everyone said and didn't sound like he was such a great guy, but people are multifaceted. My mom said he was sweet. Said he was very sweet. So that's good. Um, so anyways, I just thought that, there's many different reasons for it. There's lots of dads unfortunately abandon their children, abandon their families, start new families. And it's become such a thing that it's being like, I guess, glamorized, or people just kind of like don't care about what somebody has going on in their lives as long as they're just like performing, if they're a performer, acting, if they're an actor, whatever the case may be. But in all reality, a person without moral compass is a person without moral compass. And you need to start the things that you finish. And only a coward walks away or runs. And that's just kind of where I am with it right now, unless I hear differently.
To my deadbeat father, you weren't there. You missed the birthdays, the milestones, the little moments that built my life. You left me to figure everything out alone while you stayed absent, silent, and unconcerned. Yeah, I hated you for it. I resented you. I mourned the father I never had. Every empty chair, every missed call, every broken promise, I carried it all. And it weighed heavy. But here's the truth, Pops. Your absence didn't break me. It didn't define me. It didn't make me less than I am. I became stronger because of you. I learned to stand tall on my own. I learned to show up when others failed. I learned how to fight for myself and for those I care about. So thank you for nothing, basically, because I'm a living proof that a man can rise can thrive and can be whole without the one who's supposed to guide him. One day, maybe, you'll see what you lost. But by then, I'll be untouchable. Just had to let you know that, bro.
People say women are crazy. I say they're crazed. What did you do? I don't spend time with any man that doesn't attempt to spend time with their children. I don't trust you. If you don't look after your child, I don't trust you for nothing. You can't be around me because you'll be so uncomfortable. But I also have empathy for men who have consciously tried and have run out of steam and they're taking a second. I got you. I'm here. You can come and talk to me about it. But my advice to every man, and some men hate this, but it's your responsibility to build a relationship with that estranged partner. Even if they're manipulating, lying, scandal, plotting against you, you have to find a way to find middle ground. There is always one. Because whatever you promised and you undid and it didn't work, 100% is the root cause of it. This is why men have to be so conscious of their word. If you say, I'm gonna love you, look after you, I'm doing all the things, and then the time happens and you're talking about abandonment, I'm not sure, I don't want to do this, you're stressing me out. It's like, why? Why are you stressing out? And sometimes men have genuine stories of challenge. But for me, your whole life needs to flip in terms of how do you create capacity to deal with the ball and find a way to get closeness to your children, because the way that they need you, you don't even know.
Yes.
And in that gap, we create another generation of psychosis, disconnected families, women that are overburdened, men who are dying young. By the way, this is our self-service. We're not doing it as a moral good for women and children. It's for us. We die younger, we die alone. We end up in homes without anybody coming to visit us. We don't have friends in our 50s and our 60s. We suffer from loneliness. Suicide, mental health is out of this world. It's for us. Our own self-interest. So yes, all the noble things, messages to women, and we're here and we're going to try to do, but actually we're losing. Women are sitting there 70 years old, surrounded by family, kicking up their feet in the home that we left because we died at 55 from heart failure and blood pressure. We have to make those adjustments. So this noble idea of I'm going to get you a house by working myself to death is a dead idea. Where are all the grandfathers? How many grandfathers are? I don't have none. I don't know. If people have grandfathers, share yours with mine, because I want 70-year-old man wisdom now to be around my people. There's grandmothers up the yin yang, but they're everywhere, vibing up the dancing in their socks. We're like, it's true. People say women are crazy.
Wow, that was powerful. Share this video. Share this video. That great clip came from In My Opinion Pod. Wow. Praise Jesus with the truth. Look, that guy, how many of you noticed that this guy's he's like, all right, I get it, the one with the braids, but I'm probably not gonna change. This guy's like, I'm like a real big piece of way. Like, oh, you talking about me? You talking about me? Like, yo, I don't mean you talking about me. I mean, yo, he looks so guilty every word the man said. He like, you talking about me? And he gets guilty, like, bro, like, you got go cams? He halfway decent. He's feeling it. The one with the braids, he's starting to feel it. Now he's starting to feel it. He's like, damn, bro, that's the type of effect I'm having on these hoes. And he like, man, he looking scared. He like, man, he is like, I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna like the other guy. Yo, this is a mess. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, prayerfully, you guys got this.
If a woman had to take care of her kids, and the only option she had was to get 3 jobs, she would. If a woman had to take care of her kids, instead of abandoning them, she would just go get another stream of income, like 2 jobs. And men will abandon their family and their kids because they're too lazy to go get 2 jobs or 3 jobs or invent a job or start a business. They're too lazy to do that. Okay? And daycare costs money. It's not free.
Okay.
So literally, it's cheaper for the woman to stay home and the man to go out and work 2 jobs, or at least get a decent job, than for her to pay someone to watch her kids while she goes out, commutes to work. So it's because the man was lazy and didn't get up off his butt and go get 2 jobs. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because she wouldn't need government assistance if her man had 2 jobs.
There you go. Oh, one. Most of them.
Okay.
One.
Do you know that people that come here illegally across the border from
Cause how many people always out here wanting to be I'm a hustler, homie. How about one job? You can't get rid of the hustle. How about the hustle plus one job?
Mexico, they got a business started within like 2 or 3 weeks after they get here, and they work more than 2 or 3 jobs,
Right.
and their families are still together. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So if you're gonna blame the government didn't stop you from getting 2 jobs, sir. The government didn't stop men from working more than 1 job.
Hmm.
They stopped themselves.
Let's
So
talk
whenever
about
a Dusty
it.
pulls that out of their dusty hat of tricks, if
A narcissistic father is not raising a child. He's recruiting an audience. That's why so many women feel like they're losing their minds trying to co-parent with one of these selfish clowns. This guy will ignore the child all week, then suddenly transform into father of the year the second other people are watching. He'll skip the hard parts, the boring parts, the exhausting parts. Then he'll show up for the photo opportunity, acting like he carried the whole family on his back. Give me a break. This attention-hungry fraud is more committed to protecting his image than protecting his own child. And you see it every time that child has real emotional needs. The child is crying, struggling, hurting, confused. And somehow, the conversation still becomes about him, his feelings, his reputation, his excuses, his victim story. Everything circles right back to him. Because that's how narcissists operate. They don't see children as little human beings who need guidance. They see accessories, tiny trophies, little extensions of themselves. That's why so many mothers end up carrying the entire emotional weight of the family, while Captain Uselessness sits there demanding applause for doing the bare minimum. And if you're a woman who lived through this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You watched him put more effort into convincing strangers he was a good father than actually becoming one.
Not Captain Uselessness.
A toxic man, an abusive man, a manipulative man, a narcissistic man, just a real big piece of shit of a man has a daughter, a lot of the times he will try to use the same manipulation tactics on his daughter that he used on all the women that he's been with before. So a lot of times they'll date women and they'll mistreat them in the same way and use the same manipulation tactics, the same control tactics to get control over those women. Then one day he'll meet somebody and have a baby with that woman. The woman that he's had a baby with, he's also mistreated in the same way he's treated all the women before. But the baby, if the baby is a daughter, he will like the daughter when she's little, right? He'll like her when she's little, but when she becomes old enough to be identified as a woman, then he will start mistreating her in the same way he's mistreated all the women before, because it's a problem he has against women, right? And so he will mistreat the daughter. It doesn't matter if you're related to him or not. And then he will get really mad that his manipulation tactics that he does on the wife or the baby mama, that he did on the woman that he's with, don't work on his daughter. And he gets so mad about that. That's what happened with my dad. So my dad is a narcissist. He's an abusive man. He's really toxic and he hates women. He does things he's done things in his past. He told me about that he's purposely harmed women and he thought it was funny. You know, I don't like him. So when I was little, he used to tell me I was fat, like all the time when I was a kid. And I was not a fat kid. I was a regular sized kid, but he'd be like, you're so fat, you're so fat. And that really fucked up my self-esteem growing up. When I was a teenager, you're so fat, you're so fat. And now that I'm older and I love myself, first of all, don't comment on my body, bitch. I've been fat and I'm gonna be okay with myself if I'm fat or if I'm skinny. So shut the fuck up, bitch. But now that I'm older and I went to therapy and all that, I realized that's just the same manipulation tactic that he did on my mom and it worked on her. So he tried to do it on me, but it didn't work because I'm not my fucking mom, bitch. I'm better. 2.0, motherfucker. So with my mom, she had 2 of his babies and my brother was big as fuck when she was pregnant. And so
And let me tell you why. Because of the ferocity and the ferociousness of her father. The Lord is perfect in all his ways. So that narcissistic man and that sweet woman, and it mixed you together, and now you got a beautiful, strong one. So she gonna see the narcissistic man coming, okay, and she gonna protect her. What? She got to handle it right now. All right.
her body, it didn't go back to the size
Praise Jesus Christ.
it was before she was pregnant. And that's something that happens when you have babies. That's why I don't want to have a baby. But he did not give her any grace. He was constantly like, ew, you're so fat. You're so gross. You let yourself go. This person looks better than you. Why do you look like that? And it was just so painful to watch. But the reason why he did that wasn't because he was concerned about herself. It was kind of like negging in a way. This is an abuse tactic that a lot of abusers use. And a lot of red pill men use this. A lot of red pill content is just abuse tactics. So it's like where they break down your self-esteem. If I tell her she's fat long enough, she's going to start internalizing that. And she's going to lower her self-esteem. The lower your self-esteem is, the less likely you are to stand up for yourself, and the less likely you are to leave, and you're more likely to stay and put up with bullshit. So I feel like he did that on purpose to break down her self-esteem, because now my mom just rolls over and takes it, and it's kind of sad. So he tried the same shit with me. You're so fat, you're so fat, you're so fat, even when I wasn't fat. And it did work for a bit, but now I'm like, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Say some shit, motherfucker. And like, you could see that my dad hates it. Like, he literally hates the fact that he can't control me and manipulate me in the same way he does to my mom. And a part of the way he manipulates my mom is by having sex with her, right? Oh, I just whisper sweet nothings to her. I fuck her once and then she shuts the fuck up unless we continue abusing her. Now I have a daughter. I can't do that. After I mistreat my daughter, I can't fucking fuck her. I can't tell her sweet nothings. How do I fucking get her back on my side? And then he'll get mad at you because you are like the first woman that's actually holding him accountable. You're the first woman that's not putting up with his bullshit. And so that's just an interesting pattern that happens. These types of men will be so mad because they can't manipulate their daughters the same way they manipulated their wives or their baby mamas.
Now, did you catch that? The father was using sex as a manipulation over the mother. He knew that that was her weakness. He said it himself. Now, we know from looking at his daughter that he's a man of his word. He says what he says. He means what he says, right? So he had a bind around her mom, which is not his wife. So do you see how sin begets more sin? Do you see this? So, ladies, I just want to say this because there are still like there before that person is a bad father, he's a bad man, right? Got to start protecting ourselves and literally following the commandments, and the one about, no love before the time, which is basically no sex before marriage. All of them, all of the commandments are set in place to protect us. And do you see how that one does in like a concrete ironclad thing? Because then you don't have to worry about disease. You don't have to worry about giving your heart away to some narcissistic man who's going to become a narcissistic father, who's then going to have a child who, this woman is a grown woman who, unfortunately, we heard say that that's why she doesn't want to have children, doesn't even want to procreate. So this is not just you protecting yourself right now, this is you protecting your legacy, everything. And it's like, when we're young and we're going through all of the influence of, the music, the television, and it's like, oh, we can't wait, we can't wait, we can't wait. Hot in the pants, can't wait to get it off. It's just a thing, it's just a thing, it's just a thing. No, it's not. It's your future, it's your life, and it could also be your death. So that's one of the ways we can avoid these Rolling Stones. And Rolling Stones, I hope you heard that. All right, guys, check out this next clip.
That are serious. So I was watching this video earlier, and this man was like, men that are serious do not have more than one baby mama or whatever. And it was some bitch in the comments that said, oh, well, people make mistakes and you gotta give people, time to grow. And it's so funny because literally not too long after that, I saw this video of this girl talking about how men can be the most horrible, awful people in the world, and there will always be a woman ready to take them in with open arms. And oh my God, it is so fucking true.
Yeah.
Like in the real world, like, I know people be talking about fucking Nick Cannon and NBA YoungBoy and all these like celebrity men that got all these kids and shit, and like how they got money, they can take care of that, which I feel like is kind of irrelevant. But in the real world, I do not know and have not come across one man that has multiple baby mamas and multiple kids with multiple women that is an active, good father to any of those children. Usually, when they got multiple baby mamas,
not even celebrities. Get out of here. They only got 24 hours in a day. You need 6 to 8 hours of sleep with that. Get out of here with that.
And like they said, though, there will always be a woman willing to take these men in. There will always be a woman willing to coddle and make excuses. First off, I don't understand any woman that would want to be with a man that got 5, 6, 7 baby mamas. And niggas really, honest to God, be out here with literally 5, 6, 7, 8 baby mamas. Just be out here breeding like wild fucking animals. Like, no intention of taking care of the kid. And there will always be and that's how they keep getting baby mamas. It's always a woman willing to make an excuse for them, willing to coddle them, willing to accept them, and they get put in the same trap. And like I told that lady in the comments, I said, it's a bird born every fucking minute. Women like that, though, you gotta give people a chance to grow. That women like that end up becoming the next baby mama, and they end up getting left and stranded. And I just think it's absolutely ridiculous the hoops people jump through. And honestly, we've really let men, especially in our community, the black community, we have really let men get way too fucking comfortable just fucking, well, just fucking like rabbits and breeding kids and just leaving them. And you know what? But the thing about it is, they will always have access to some woman. They will always have access to pussy. It's always gonna be some woman willing to take them in and believe the story of how the baby mama doing this and that and da da da. Nigga, you got goddamn 6 baby mamas, and you mean to tell me every single last one of them is some horrible, awful bitch? Don't y'all be telling women, right, oh, well, you know, like, you should have chose better, should have done, which that is true, that is fair, but also, nigga, you should have chose better. You mean to tell me you got multiple, can't even count them on one hand, and every last one of them is just some evil, dirty, low-down bitch? That sounds like bad choices, bad decisions. You should have fucking chose better. But yeah, it's always going to be some woman coming along to try to coddle them and take up for them, and until the same thing happens to them, and then the cycle just repeats. Like, shit, I guess I would keep doing it too if I know I'm gonna be able to still fuck, and hell, a lot of times you see them go house to house and drive bitches cars and get money. Like these deadbeat niggas really do be living like a great life out here. So like, hell, what incentive is there for them to change? They won't. But y'all can stop getting pregnant by them. You can stop supporting this bullshit. Otherwise, like Judge Wynn Toler said that one time, she was like, a whole community is on its knees because of men like that, and it's so true. That, like, it's destroying our community, and there are so many women that are supporting it and uplifting it and helping it flourish, helping our community be destroyed. You are helping men like that flourish and get away with destroying the lives of women, children, and the community at whole. And your bitches ought to be ashamed of yourself, because we know these niggas ain't got no shame.
You ain't lied.
So
she ain't ever lied. She ain't ever lied. All right, y'all. I'm trying to see. You know, I mean, I can come up with all kind of what you call me. I don't want to hold up. You know, I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. You know, so we did hear some of the effects of absent dads. We hear what you can do to do better, and we see that it does affect the community as abroad. I mean, we all know this. We've not heard one lie here, guys. If you like this video, and more importantly, share this video with a rolling stone of a father or a serial baby daddy near you. All right, guys. Before I go, I do want to say that for me, who made me feel whole is something my mom always told me, was that no matter, you know, where your father, who is, you know, your physical father, the flesh, you have a father in heaven who's watching over you all the time. You know, God is your ultimate father. I do wish that she would have instilled in me the knowledge of his son, Jesus Christ, because that is who saved me from every single thing. Even this, this wound was huge and gaping, and everything that the gentleman said in the beginning was absolutely 100% true. I do have to say, though, it was the love and the knowledge of Jesus Christ, the love of him, for him, from him, the knowledge of what he's done, showing the greatest love that you could possibly show to a person by making the only and the greatest sacrifice that has ever been made for anyone, and it's been made for all of us. The knowledge of the Bible, and there's a woman here on YouTube, Celestial Ravale. She is the prophetess of our time, and I do believe that the Lord Jesus Christ is speaking through her. And I just wanted to share her channel with you all, because this is one of the things that has helped me, aside from everything else that I've stated: the Bible, him himself, his prophets, It's all a healing journey for us to not just heal, guys, but become stronger, strongest, and move forward and win this spiritual battle. All right, guys. The Lord willing, I'll see you next time.